Wait, how do I switch back? Wait. There's me. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Sleepy Idol, a little bar on 13th in Crenshaw where you can sit back, relax, and have fun with your friends. Jazz, say hi to the people for us.
Hello.
I'll admit that this episode is going to be a bit freelance because I didn't write down anything in the document, which is great because I feel like that means we can have a type of hybrid open bar. But I just wasn't like feeling really great this week. I'll be honest. I don't know. Just wasn't a great week for me. I hope it was better for you guys in chat. And Jazz, I hope you had a good one as well.
It was all right.
Did you do anything in particular?
This week? No.
Mm,
It was just a week.
that's fair. Leanne says, ooh, why is my highlight not working? Well, Leanne says, same, these past few days are hard, not gonna lie. Well, at least everyone's, on the same wavelength. Hopefully we can, feel a bit better. But oopsies, not what I wanted to do.
Thought you were leaking your DMs.
Imagine scandal.
Everybody read, take screenshots.
A scandale. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this. I'll hide this. I'll clear, restore chat, pop it back out, get overlay, copy again. Let's see if that works. All right, so before we get started with the hot topics, I did want to start and mention, I know a lot of us already know, but it was revealed that sadly Moonbin from Astro passed away on the 19th. I don't want to get into too many details because I always feel kind of just like confused when a lot of this happens, because obviously it's a very important and sad and devastating thing that happened, but I don't like to call it a hot topic because I think that's kind of tacky. Even with the thumbnail and talking about this episode on Twitter, I was kind of like, well, I don't want to put him in the thumbnail because I don't want to seem like, first of all, it's like very triggering for people, and second of all, like I don't want to seem like, it's the hot top, like put them aside. Yeah, exactly. But I did want to just mention that, it was announced, I guess the police, the Gangnam police announced it, and then his company shortly after confirmed that he had passed away. So I think just like the whole K-pop like industry is kind of in mourning now. I know a lot of people, and it kind of was awkward because I know a lot of people are hurting right now, and it's sad because it's like we have this conversation every single time. People are like, be nicer and things like that. But I hope that everyone just takes the time they need. Condolences to his group members. You let me know that one of the members of Billy, Sua, is his sister. I didn't even know that. So
yeah, and then also what's it called, not Eunbi. What's her name?
Eunha?
Sinbi?
Oh.
Sinbi. Oh, it's like everybody but Eunha. So all of VVs except for Eunha are actually friends with him. And I think Sinbi actually knew him since she was like a kid because they were both like models, like kid models. And then there's also Sungkwan, like they were like the 98 line. So they both, I think all three of them took like a break. I think Sinbi and Unji both had to still like perform in Las Vegas recently, because they had the obligation already signed up. And I think it would be like a lot of money for them to lose if they didn't perform. But you could see that, like, I think Sinbi had to like step away from the stage. So it was like really sad.
I saw that picture of them at the airport where they were all in black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people were upset. Like, yeah, it's very like awkward and like uncomfortable because I know a lot of things are still happening. Like a lot of people were very critical of like, I don't know which music show it was, but they still had the music show and people are like, that's very like, you know, a lot of these things should be canceled and stuff like that. And like I get people's frustration, but I feel like right now like the focus should just be on like, you know, wishing well to the family and all of his friends and things like that.
I also think it's kind of like it's not possible to just stop everything. Like it is an important thing that happened, but there's money that goes into a lot of this stuff that's happening. So it's like for them to cancel last minute, it's probably going to cost them like a lot of money to do so. Like I think Boys Planet, they acknowledged that he passed, but it's like they couldn't stop that because people had flown in. It was like this was a finale, so it was like they can't just postpone such last minute, and it sucks, but it's what the reality is.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to, you know, acknowledge that and, you know, may he rest in peace. But yeah, it's really sad to hear that this occurred. And I think one thing that I did see that I thought was a very reasonable, like, and very like smart thing was that I saw those posts kind of start, and I feel like this always tends to happen when somebody passes away, when people start digging into their past and like their posts and stuff like that for signs and things like that, or oh, this was like the thing. And from a perspective of like, you know, you want to try to be there for somebody and maybe like catch them or check in, like, you know, everyone always says check in on your friends. I can understand that perspective, but I feel like it's a bit of like torturous and maybe not best for like your mental health if you're a fan or if you're somebody who's like really, really affected by this to start doing that, because you don't want to end up blaming yourself and being like, I wish I would have done this as a fan or as a whatever, because it's a very complicated situation. Like it's never, even when people are like, you should have left nicer, you know, Instagram comments or something like that. Like you really never know what was the like combination of things. So I feel like people have to be very careful with assigning, you know, this text post or this thing, while also, you know, again, not acknowledging that, you know, everyone's hurting. You know, people can be hurting without even knowing it, and it's important to check in your friends. So, you know, I just want to say
it's harder to fan because like celebrities, they're not going to show you everything.
Yeah.
So you can't really assign that to you.
Yeah.
When it's not that type of relationship.
Yeah.
You get every view of that person.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so rest in peace to Moonbin. You know, condolences to Astro and his family. And I think we can move on from here. All right, y'all. I forgot to take any pictures. Not take any pictures. I forgot to like whatever the pictures. But I think we can just start with the Boys Planet thing. Did you want to talk about it in detail? Because honestly, I'll be honest, y'all. I did not watch Boys Planet. Spoiler alert, also.
I watched maybe the first few performances.
Oh yeah, you were sending them to me. Yeah. But the thing is, I would like to think that I was a little tuned in. Like I was a little tuned in because I saw the young and handsome, fly and rich. My name is Baby Boss Ricky, whatever he said. So I knew Ricky.
I was shocked with that.
That he was
sorry
in?
To Ricky fans. Yes, I'm so shocked. I thought that was so cringy. Like I literally did, and I was like, "Oh, I guess that's all you have to do is just say cringy stuff." And then
I mean,
I'm with you. That's how it. Because he's probably talented. He might be talented. I mean, I don't think I cared for his audition, but that's all I can base it off of. So like, I can't say much.
Well, again, neither can I. I love how we're like, maybe this is true. Neither can I, but I heard like from what I read, all of this is stolen from like forums that I've read them from in Reddit. Please, guys.
You're gonna say the whole entire competition was stolen. I was like, okay, tell me more. I'm listening.
Yeah, all of this was stolen from forums, but I heard that a lot of people are like glad with the lineup. Most people are okay, like in like pro it, and also that like most of them are pretty talented. So it's like none of that like, oh, who's gonna be the singer and stuff like that. So it was like a lot of people are saying this is, and again, I know that people might be biased because they just stand the group, but they said that this is one of the best and most balanced groups to ever come out of like a survival series. So I was like, dang, should I have watched? And I also think that's funny because I remember how like iconically tragic some of those auditions were. So I'm guessing none of those kids got through.
I don't want to say anything.
Oh! Do not come for young and rich, fly and handsome.
I'm sorry. I'm telling you. I mean, I think the first guy, the one that's number one, he was in the same group as Ricky, I think. And he was the best person, I think, in their audition.
Okay.
So he I think I looked at like his like stuff after I saw he was number one, was like, let me see like if he deserves it.
You're like, I didn't watch anything else, but let me make sure this group that I don't care about.
And he was good. So I was like, okay, this is disturbing. I see it. Talented.
Let's see. I was praying beyond belief for Jay to be in the group, but I knew.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm so pissed about this. I'm angry.
Wait, so you did 10? Stand someone? Oh, okay.
He was number 10 because he was like his audition. His audition was probably the only audition that I was like, yes, get it. He had the charisma, the voice. I'm not happy. And then I found out that they did him wrong. He's a main vocalist. Apparently did something where it was like they had main vocalists do a thing together and then sub vocalists do stuff together or something. And he got pushed to sub vocalist and I was like, y'all did this to him. Y'all hate this man. I didn't watch this show, but y'all hate him and I already know it. And you made him number 10?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are saying if Mnet did not rig any group, it was this one. So like, no, I've seen no accusations of rigging.
Like Jay.
Saying. I think there's like a like, because like I feel like that was the whole thing that was very kind of confusing with manipulation accusations, because there's like multiple ways to manipulate, right? There's giving people certain edits, there's giving people more screen time, and then there's actually going in there and beeping the boops and hacking the mainframe and throwing cotton out of the final lineup. No, let me stop. But
really threw her.
But yeah, but the girls were saying, I was gonna say, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't know how much this is outing what the situation is, but I know that a lot of people loved a lot of these kids, and all the edits that I've been seeing on TikTok was because they were giving what needs to be gave. Like they were you know, a lot of them vogued, like we're doing vogue. Like I know Woongi was a voguing favorite. I know who is it? Hanbin. Which one? Which Hanbin? Because I just realized there were Sung Hanbin. Yeah, I realized that they call him Shanbin. Yeah, and Fanbin, because I think one's Park Hanbin and the other one's Sung Hanbin. But Sung Hanbin, he was the one who got in, and he was the one that I kept seeing that edit of him dancing to "Mother" by RuPaul, and people were like, okay,
that was him.
Yes, and people were like, wait. There was a really funny comment. They were like, the de-yassification of Hanbin, because like I guess that side of him was like nowhere to be seen. I don't know for sure, y'all, but that side of, like, a lot of people did not believe that was him, apparently, because he was like giving and then he was just de-yassified. But like there was very like I think the main guy, the guy who got number one, he went viral because he had a post on some type of social media where he was being like a heterophobe. I think it was supposed to be jokingly. Like from what I discern, and y'all can clock me if I'm wrong, he was like being tongue-in-cheek. Like he was like, I can never accept a man and a woman getting together, like whatever. But I think it was trying to be a play on like homophobes who say, I just can't accept two guys together or whatever.
And he got number one?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And another thing people were saying is that he's the first time in one of these survival shows that the number one spot was not a Korean trainee, which is interesting.
This is the first time?
Yeah. At least
Oh
Mnet.
yeah, because they didn't let Sakura win.
Don't do Wan Young. See, let's not do this. You know what? Okay.
I didn't do it. I'm just saying.
Listen
Mnet.
to the song here in my heart. But yeah, who was robbed and who was the public is tone deaf? Oh, Jay.
He was so good. Like literally every time he would sing, it was just like stability. It was just every time. And his personality, like as soon as his audition, he was like, "Hello, guys!" Like he was just like out here emceeing his own like just song. I was just like, "This is so good. He's so good." Ugh, the talent.
Oh gosh,
and they denied him. He better debut, and then his group better be better. I'm saying it now.
I was gonna say I saw a lot of that. I know when Woongi, he was the other one that I was like cognizant of because he was really adorable. I thought he was like everything, but he didn't make it.
Is he in this? Oh, okay.
No, he
was in like the top 15, right?
No, he got cut before top 18. I'm pretty sure.
Oh really?
Yeah. But yeah. So has the group's name been announced? Yes, their name's Zero Base One, which I'm like,
why? Nobody knows.
Don't.
Somebody said it sounded like a sci-fi TV show. I was like,
yeah, I don't get it at all. I guess is it a play on like the planet thing? I guess.
Then just call them Zero Base. Why the one?
Yeah, it's not giving top group. But honestly, though, everyone's saying that they're. Honestly, okay, I'm getting salty. A minute for feminism. I think it's always raggedy that the girl seasons are always the like test season. And it's like, you have people being like, I don't know if this is going to be trash. Who knows? Whatever. And it like sometimes works. But then like the guys season is the one where everyone's like, let's go. Because I feel like it was like the same thing with Produce 101. Like obviously IOI was huge. But then like 101 like literally was one of the top boy groups duking it out with BTS and EXO and 17 in them. And like I feel like everyone is anticipating this group to like literally slay circles around Kepler. And like they're like, oh, Kepler kind of flopped.
That's not their fault.
That's sexism's fault. You all are sexist.
It shows something good about female groups, though. I think they pick to do girl groups. I think because they know that people will tune in. I don't know if people would tune in for boy group shows.
I think they always do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Like that. What was it? Not the unit. There was that other show that had shoot, I can't remember. It came out like after like Produce 101, the second season. I can't remember what it was. But that had like 0 views. And that was all guys, I think.
Oh, boy, the one with your fave? Hwa Young, who said his fans breast.
Oh no, your favorite. Yes, it was with him.
Said his fans need Listerine strips before they greet him. Boys 24. Thank you, Leanne. It was Boys 24. There we go.
I love that show, but people were not watching that. But if it was Girls 24, I think people would have tuned in. I
don't know. It's like this weird thing where like girls struggle, but then they also get a lot of attention, but then also sometimes it's negative or whatever. Because I do think that Kepler is doing like oddly not that well. And it was really funny because I saw in the comments somebody was like, maybe Mnet was right with rigging the groups because, you know, in theory, Kepler was not rigged, and then like they're struggling a bit more than like other produced groups. But I also think you can attest. Yeah, well, I actually think Wada Wada was good, but I also think it's just that like being the first group right after they just got clocked for cheating. Like obviously, people are going to be like, I don't know about that, but. There is one thing that I wanted to say that I thought was kind of interesting. So one thing that I keep seeing on like the forums and things like that in articles is that people say that this group is going to lead the 5th generation, that they're going to be 5th gen or in K-pop. And a lot of people are like,
wait, which generation are we in?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are like 5th generation. What's going on? Okay. There's a lot of talk that they're going to be the start of the 5th generation. They're going to be the 5th generation, blah, blah. And so a lot of people are accusing their fans and being like, you guys are just saying that they're the 5th generation so they can get like accolades, like first 5th gen group to get 1 million records, first 5th gen, blah, blah. But it also brought up another interesting debate where people were saying, if they're really 5th gen, then this like this fourth gen is really strange because there's no standout boy group of fourth gen. And so
everybody hates the boy groups, including you.
No, because the thing is, I was like, I'm very uneducated in this topic, so I'm not going to act like I know. But a lot of people that I saw, like with this sentiment, were very adamant that there was no defining fourth gen standout boy group. And so it's weird that we're transitioning, if we were to transition to the next group, next gen, because specifically nothing has happened significant with boy groups. So my question to you guys, especially the boy group girly pops in the chat, do you agree that there's no defining fourth gen boy group? And let me start with that, because I also was going to say, then there was debate as to what triggers a generation, because a lot of people were like, oh, time, oh, something significant would have to happen, etc., etc. But that's what I want to ask first. Do you guys agree? And if so, if you agree that there is none, why do you think that's the case?
When did this start? When did fourth generation?
See, the thing is, but a lot of people say 2018, and I think a lot of people,
and then they think it's done. That's so quick.
Well, that's why people are like, that's nice try, Zero Base One fans, but
like, that's not a new generation.
I mean, it's not, but if you think about it, right? Oh, a fifth gen. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of short, but I don't think it's necessarily defined by time. I think it's defined by like a significant shift in something. Like, that's so vague, but I feel like people know first gen, second gen, and third. Who?
So if you're saying 2018, then it's the two groups that debuted, ATs and Stray Kids.
I literally can't say yes or no. I really don't know. You have to ask
Stray Kids are very, very popular. They're very popular. So are ATs.
Well, I think the problem is people are like,
we just don't talk about them.
I think the problem is people are like, okay, if you compare them to their predecessors, and not one to one, but their impact, right? So if we say top groups of second gen, Big Bang, TVXQ, top groups of third gen, BTS, EXO, are we saying the EXO of fourth gen is Stray Kids? Are we saying the BTS and the Big Bang of fourth gen is ATs?
I can see that. I think the problem right now is that we focus way too much on charts, rather than fandom size. And ATs and Stray Kids, while we don't talk about them and they don't chart as well, their fandoms are huge. Like, Stray Kids is very huge. Like, they were just on, what's it called? Singing a song that was old. Like Jimmy Fallon or something. And I was like, how are you out here singing Maniac? And that was like last year or something.
Oh, dang.
So, like, I think that, and every time I see a vote on YouTube about something, about a boy group or something, or just a group in general, Stray Kids will win. It doesn't matter. Like, their fans are just very, very crazy. I mean, they don't have the charting power, I will admit, but I just think that their fandoms are very big.
Do you think, though, that's what sets a top boy group apart from just any other boy group? Because I feel like the whole thing, from my perspective, was what makes a top boy group and a top girl group is that you have like appeal across the board, right? So it's like SNSD stood out because not only were they getting hit singles, but they also were moving units.
Oh, and NCT Dream. Sorry. But they're probably older. They're probably third gen.
Yeah, that's the thing that's really weird. Like, if fourth gen did start in 2018, I for some reason see NCT as weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because they keep bringing people out. It's really weird.
They have the charting power and the fandom power. Dream.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna jump into chat. Leon says, didn't fourth gen just start? The girly pops want to make a fifth gen. Jordy said, I feel like, first of all, cute icon. Yeah, I feel like generations are getting shorter, but didn't fourth gen technically just start last year? I don't know. The girls are saying it was 2018. I would say New Jeans.
What are these generations?
The thing is, it's really weird to put G Idol in fourth gen, but I guess I kind of understand it because they're finding their stride with other fourth gen groups. But then it's like, no one even talks about ITZY anymore either.
Dang.
I feel like people kind of forget. And it's like because they were like kind of at the tail end of third gen, but then too early. Because I think what it is that like it has to be like a movement. So if there's just one popular new group, it's hard to call it a new generation because it's just like there's this one popular new group. It has to be when there starts to be a lot of new groups that are killing it. I feel like that's when we kind of usher, and it sucks because the people who like debuted early on, like if we're counting 2018 at the beginning of fourth gen, they kind of were like, you know, G-Idol managed to whatever, but then I feel like ITZY kind of like gets left out of the conversation nowadays because they were so early and had their hubbub kind of by themselves, but also when third gen groups were still slaying. But now that all these fourth gen groups are literally out charting, like topping and stuff like that, earlier groups, like they kind of are like a bit older. So it's like they're not part of that crew, but they technically should be. It's really weird. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Leanne says, wait, I guess fourth gen started 2017 and 2017 was 6 years ago. Anyone else want to look for our scene? I think that's also true. If it started in 2018, that was technically 5 years ago. And if you look at third gen,
and well, yeah, why did the third gen last so short?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if it started like 2012-ish third gen, and we're saying it ended 2018, 17, that was 6 years, years too.
So we're still in the third generation. That's what we're saying. No. And they're the start of the fourth.
I think no. But I think technology has sped these generations up because I feel like it's easier to pop off when there's more people just in general that know you could exist. I think before it was just like, oh, second gen, you know, we were getting into that technological age, but like it lasted longer. And also because people's attention spans are so short that like one thing can be trendy and then next minute, like the fact that nobody's talking about ITZY anymore is crazy. Even aespa, I feel like people were quiet on, like you would have thought that aespa disbanded last year the way that ain't nobody was even caring about them.
Well, that's because aespa was out here just doing nothing.
But still, with how impactful, even if they weren't like actively putting out stuff, he was still like, and before I know, like, you know, people still post like about, you know, them from a, but I'm just saying, like, it was quiet. Lemmy says, when Kepler's over, I can't wait for Hikari to go back to her company. I want Yujin to win. Oh, I also want Yujin. I do wonder what she's gonna do because Yujin from CLC, well, former CLC. I forget what our consensus of whether that group disbanded.
Didn't Soren say they still are a group technically?
Oh,
I feel like recently she said we're still a group. They're just looking for a way to.
Oh, well, hopefully that works. Lamy also says fourth gen is confusing because I really don't think 2018 was as fourth gen, but it could be valid. Maybe jump 3.5. I mean, I hate 3.5s because I feel like I'm just like, I want things in neat boxes, but I do because I think that's what people said about like EXO too. Because again, EXO, I feel like they did start the third gen, but it also was awkward because it was like people who were like literally slaying in third gen didn't really come until a few years later. Like I would say we had BTS, but they didn't really pop off until like 2016. And then all the girls, like Twice in them, were 3 or so years after EXO debuted to start being like those groups that are like, okay, now the third gen, look at them like getting awards and charting really well and like even charting better than second gens and stuff like that. So it becomes like I feel like G-Idol is very similar to EXO and ITZY to EXO, where they were just like really early, and so it's kind of awkward to group them. But yeah, I would say that definitely that 3.5. Lamy says, I know 2019 was definitely fourth gen because TXT debuted, HYBE's first group after BTS. At that time, HYBE was part of the big four. ITZY debuted in 2019. They're definitely fourth gen to me. I feel like Stray Kids debuted too early in 2018. Yeah.
So wait, you think Stray Kids is third generation? They seem like they're 5 years old. So like in my head, like I mean like in age, like they're actually. Felix was like, I don't know. They all just look like little babies. So in my head, they just seem like God. Whatever the latest generation is, that is what they are. So,
it is kind of weird.
I can't put them with 17 for some reason. It's like, I don't know, they're too different.
Yeah, no, I agree. Which is weird because in theory, that would have only, like, if they debuted in 2018, that would have been only 3 years after 17. But that just seems like a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Like 17 had come back like 20 times by then. And then we have the like, Stray Kids just coming out. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It is kind of weird, but I don't know. It just like was very curious to me because I was like, yeah, we constantly hear about like all these 4th gen girl groups slaying. And, you know, again, I think I'm like out of my depth, right? Whatever. But it would be, yeah, I don't know. I think it would be really weird to call them 5th gen. I feel like what is 4th gen is finally like really taking the forefront of like I specifically think they're taking the forefront as opposed to just kind of like there's a lot of 4th gen groups that are doing better than 3rd gen groups, and I think that shift we're seeing is like a telltale sign that this generation's finally hitting their stride and finding their peak and stuff. So I would definitely say that they can be along for the ride rather than a new thing, in my opinion.
Yeah. I wonder if they're thinking this because BTS is basically taking a break. So now this will be the time that another boy group will finally shine. So I'm wondering if that's what their thing is. But if that's the case, I still think then we're still in the 4th generation.
Yeah.
It's just we no longer have BTS
I was going to say
to worry about winning.
Yeah, it's just very convenient now because it can be very clear. Yeah, that's an interesting way of fitting it too. But yeah, so this is our new overlords, rookies of the year.
We will see. I'm becoming a Stray Kidette, and so I think they have their competition ready. Also, NCT Dream, I love them.
Ooh, okay. All right, so we'll keep a lookout for that. Okay, the next thing I had, guys, I'm so serious. I did not do my due diligence. I wanted to talk about this rumor that our girls, look how tiny this is. Oops.
Yeah. Wow.
I was like, I finally got rid of her. Wait.
Who the heck are these people first? Why is this so tiny?
I don't know. Because the world's out to get me. Okay, let me try to make this bigger. It's going to be so pixelated. But okay. So I don't know if we have any other Produce 48 Eyes Ones girlies that literally that was their defining season when it comes to the survival shows, but that was mine. So I remember everyone, but particularly these two members got into Eyes One, so I guess it's not that hard to remember them. But anyway, so if you guys don't know, Produce 48 happened. It made the group Eyes One. It had 3 Japanese members and 9 Korean members. So one of the Japanese members, all of us probably know, is Sakura, who's currently slaying in Le Sserafim. But 2 of the other Japanese members, Hitomi and Nako, after Eyes One wrapped up, they actually returned to their Japanese groups. They were part of AKB48. Hitomi, she's actually in AKB48, like the main one, and then Nako, she was in HKT48, which is Hokkaido, I think, and that was also the one that Sakura was in. So in terms of their current whereabouts, like Hitomi's doing really, really well. She's been like apparently like the center of like 3 out of 4 of the most recent AKB48 releases, and I think Nako graduated HKT48 sometime within the last 2 years, and apparently her goal was to now start to be like an actress. So the thing is though, I remember when both Produce 48 wrapped up and after Eyes One wrapped up, there's a lot of debate as to what the non-Korean girls who now found themselves with both a Korean and international fan base should do. Should they continue promoting Korean or to Korea? Should they cut, whatever contracts they have with HKB48 and go full, forward? We did have a lot of people, like a lot of the members kind of do that. I remember Judy, she didn't make it into Eyes One, but she was very popular, during the show, and she's now in Rocket Punch, which I think is under Rulim ? But yeah, a lot of people were like, yeah, and apparently a lot of people were like this for the Japanese ? Girls for Girls Planet too. They're like, quit whatever you're doing in Japan and come over here so we can stand you and blah blah blah. But I do remember when people heard that Sakura was going to like leave HKT48 and come and like, that whole just era where she was signing with Hybe and nobody knew what was going to happen. Before we knew Le Sserafim was going to slay, a lot of people were like, what are you doing, girl? Other people are like, this is the smart move. Like, she has so many more opportunities by being K-pop. But anyway, a lot of people are biased, to be fair, because I feel like if you're a K-pop fan, you follow the K-pop world. Obviously, you're going to be like, you guys are better off if you come to K-pop. Like, there's not like, could you AKB48 flop, whatever, like they're flopping, they're not as popular as K-pop, come over, whatever. That's a lot of people's sentiment. But I do think, like, you know, there's a lot of people who would have stan them if they, or at least would have, like, or basically just did not keep up with them because they chose to be in K-pop, or to stay in J-pop. Anyway, long story short, there is a rumor that these two former IZ*ONE members are going to participate in the upcoming Mnet show, Queendom Puzzle. So it's basically a spin-off of Queendom, which was that show that was kind of like a second chance for girl groups, where, you know, they would come on, it was girl groups that were already debuted, come on, you know, do different covers of songs and things like that, and it skyrocketed a lot of them to popularity. Well, Mnet decided to revamp it, make Queendom Puzzle, which, if I can recall, a lot of people are saying it's basically, okay, unlike active girl groups competing in the season of Queendom, the format was changed to complete a global project girl group by combining former and current girl group members like a puzzle. And so there's a rumor that Nako and Hitomi are going to participate as individuals, not as a group, and they're going to be competing for a final place in the group. So a lot of people were saying, this don't make no sense. Now, as it stands, it's currently just a rumor, but a lot of people were like, well, we feel like they should have went to K-pop. We don't know why they went back to J-pop. You know, they would have better careers in J-pop. But now a lot of people are saying, why would you go from being an IZ*ONE to do another audition show? So my question is, do we think this is real? Do we think this is a good idea for them? And do you think that they would be successful in another project group? Thoughts?
For them to go there, I don't know about Hitomi, but I think Nako, if she's not in a group anymore, sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's got to lose.
That's kind of true.
She wants to go back. Let her go back.
That's kind of true. I don't know. It's really weird.
I heard that there were other people that were rumored. I think. Oh yeah. So Momo Land's Jui, and then Lovely's K
that are participating in this.
Like they're rumored. Reportedly competing.
You know, that would actually be kind of cool. I feel like the group might pop. I don't know. No,
if they make it.
That's true.
We need to see who else is trying to go.
That's true. I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of weird because, I don't know, has there ever been a situation where somebody was in a survival show, made the final group, debuted and were active and participated, and then went on another survival show? Like, that just seems like hustling backwards.
I feel like this is different though. Didn't Somi do? Oh no, she didn't do like a survival show. She just did a girl group thing.
Yeah, but like specifically, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, not Queen.
I think.
Sorry,
this just seems different because like they won and they were in a group. So then now it's just like they're just competing in this other type of thing. It's not like it doesn't seem like it's gonna be permanent, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be permanent, but
it just seems like it's a fun thing to compete in, and then if you make it, then you have like some songs to do.
I guess
performances.
I guess that's true. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to want to be in another project group, but I don't know. Because I do think, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of K-pop fans are biased and they're like, well, it looks like Sakura got the best ending or whatever because she's like in Popular Le Seraphim. But I feel like, I don't know.
Depends on what you want.
Exactly.
Like Tomi's out here shining in what's it called, AKB48. And then Nako got to retire from there and do whatever she wants, basically.
Yeah.
So they have their own types of winning.
That's true.
Like, trophies.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I would support it. I think that would be cool. But yeah, I don't know if it's people using like K-pop colored glasses and they're like, because everyone wants to end up in a K-pop group. And I can get like, I guess like globally, K-pop's on like a huge stage right now, but like I don't know, I feel like it would be kind of weird to do it again.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I feel like it is hard though, because I feel like a lot of the times the fans that a lot of these like maybe like foreign like or non-Korean like trainees make that aren't like going to stay in K-pop make, like, I don't know, I think it was just like this really tragic exodus where like fans where everyone was like, we'll support you, to all the Japanese members, and then as soon as they went to Japan, everyone was just like, well, they're not performing on Inkigayo, so I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can keep up. Like, I don't know,
because it's hard to support Japanese stuff in general.
it is, but I just feel so bad because I'm sure a lot of them were seeing all like the success and they're like, oh yeah, now my fan base is gonna be like grow tenfold. Lo and behold, like all those international fans are just like, well, anyway,
Japan needs to start letting you hear and watch stuff. It's not our fault.
I mean, but
they're probably like, let's try, and then they're like, and you're not gonna get this music video, you're not gonna get this, and you're not gonna get that, so struggle.
That's true, but I feel like in general there's like this insidious thing with survival shows where like people will care about you, but if you don't make the group, they don't care about you. And this is a whole different thing I'm talking about, but like somebody had mentioned that the members of X1 are all like not doing very well, despite the fact that X1 was like situated to be like that group. Like they were literally, if they like, you know, didn't get disbanded because of the scandal with Mnet, they probably would have like slayed. So it's just kind of weird how like people will be so obsessed with you when you're in the survival show and be like, you are always going to be famous, I will always stan you, and then as soon as you're not like in a cute neat package to stan that's served to them on Inkigayo every week, they're like, anyway, like I remember Miyu from that season. People are obsessed with her. They loved her. She didn't get into the group, and then she left her Japanese company, went to Korea, like everyone was telling her to do, signed with like Mystic, I think, Entertainment as a soloist, and like it seems like no one really cared. And then like she went back to just
soloist. That's the problem.
Well, apparently she was supposed to be in Billy.
Oh, well.
Well, I guess they offered for her to be in Billy, but I guess she's rejected because.
Well, that's the problem. I'm so sorry, but being a soloist is like so much harder.
It's true,
and you're not gonna really. Not. I feel like majority of the soloists from these shows don't really shine as much as when they were in a group.
I feel like a lot of people. I remember a lot of people saying Hye-jong from IOI. It would have been better if her company just debuted her as a soloist instead of putting her in Google Down.
That's because they basically made her a soloist in a group. It didn't make any sense. Like, you might as well have made her a soloist at that point.
Oh, mama.
They really doomed that group just by like making her do every single thing. They might as well have given her a rapper position as well. You know, name dancer. She was doing just everything.
The composer.
Exactly.
Yeah, messy. Tal says not really, at least not for Nako. I think she's good where she's at. I mean, she just graduated a few months ago, so I could be wrong, but I don't see it. Yeah, I feel like maybe this is just a rumor. Or somebody's this is quite interesting. Somebody said that they think that Mnet might have asked them to be in it, but then they were like, oh, I'm on the fence. So then they released this fake rumor news to like see people's reaction. So if it's positive, they're like, oh, maybe I should go. I think it's good to reintroduce themselves to K-pop audience. Yeah, I feel like that's smart. Leanne says a lot of IZ*ONE's girls became soloists, right? That's true. And I think that was like specifically because what happened to IOI and how they were like tragically put into like groups and it was like messy.
Because the people didn't handle it properly. It's so annoying.
True.
And that's what's happening. Like, IVE is almost like that.
How dare. Listen.
I mean, it's not my fault. That's what they do. Starship needs to do better. And I feel like they are doing a little bit better. Like, was definitely much better than what the heck Kish was. I don't know what the heck was going on with Kish.
That was kind of crazy.
They were like, Liz does not exist. Everyone else does not exist. It is just Yoonjin and Wanya, and they are it.
That was pretty crazy. And it's like weird because it was like, it's not just like it was like Wonyoung, Yoonjin, and then Liz. It was like she even got less time than other members that are like not as popular as one. Starship, just put the crack pipe down. Like, you don't need to take it every day, okay? Anyway. Yeah. But I will say,
they learned their lesson.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I will say, first of all, I think Eugene she's like also really, really good. I think Liz, but the thing is, and this is not a slight at Eugene, I was watching them perform live at they did like that it's live band thing, like when they
I watched that, yeah.
And I was just like, not even just how she sounds, but the confidence in her face when Liz sings. It's like, she's like, I'm a singer. I'm here to sing. Like, what do you... It's different. Like, it's just... Because you could tell, like, the girls were very much managing themselves. They're like, let me not have a bum note because I know y'all finna drag me on pan. But, like, she was just like... Like, I was like, let little mama ad-lib. Let her do... Like, because she... Like, it must be frustrating to be like, I'm literally here to sing. Give me something to sing. Like, because she was just so... It was just such a difference. And I just feel so bad. Because it really doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like, why would you want your... Anyway. Lamy says, J-pop schedules and promo periods don't seem as clearly defined as K-pop. Yeah, I think that's true. I would say maybe, though, AKB48 specifically, I think it's very formulaic. Like, when they choose, like, a single... Like, and then single, there's, like, a front, and then they do the... I think maybe... I don't know.
Wait, don't they do voting and all that? So they probably have to.
I think there's only like one that yearly. I don't even know if they do that Senbatsu thing anymore, but I think I don't even get that thing.
Like, I don't understand AKB48, so I'm just making up stuff.
Oh, hey, Andre. Andre says, I don't think Sejong being in Gugudan hindered them, but that group didn't need to be as big for us to only know 3 of the future members.
But that's the problem. I think, like, it's not Sejong hindering, it's the fact that they made Sejong do everything. Basically, when it's like you have all these people that are talented and you're just wasting their talent by just being like Sejong and what's her name? Her name is Minna, yeah. Like, and Nayoung, I think. Nayeon, whoever her name was. Nayoung, I think.
Yeah, Nayeon.
She, like, I feel like I don't know. It just seemed like they just didn't care about the other people in the group. And it's not Sejong's fault. I don't know if that's what I made it sound like, but it's not her fault. It's just, it seems like the company did not know how to make the others shine as much as the members that people already knew. Yeah,
no, that's true. Speaking of that, though, I feel like very interesting. I saw something where somebody was like, oh, it's really interesting that girl. No, there was this girl, and I still don't remember her YouTube channel, where they were like criticizing Lightsum, I think. And what is it? Who has Lightsum? Oh, Cube is doing with Lightsum. And I think one of their criticisms was that they felt like Lightsum was too big. And they mentioned how nowadays groups are like smaller. And I feel like that's so true.
Are they?
I feel like you don't really get the mega groups like that are debuting. Like the fact that like New Jeans is like, you don't get them Girls' Generation size. Like you have maybe like bigger groups like Le Seraphim ish. Right?
Seraphim's what, 5 people?
5, but they were originally 6. But like, I feel like maybe 6 is like the max. But everyone's trying to do like 4 or 5. I guess maybe girl groups. I don't know what the trend for boy groups is, honestly. But even like the group that just got formed, Zero Base One, I totally forgot, are only 9 members. That's large as hell.
It's not that big.
Yeah, it's large as hell, but like it's smaller compared to like what the other survival shows usually are.
But I don't even think. It looks like Lightsum is 8. Wait, I can't count. What is this? 8 people?
That's big compared to like New Jeans is half of that. I mean, 1/4 of that. I don't know.
Well, New Jeans is small.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the trend. As before. Oh my God, Blackpink paved the way. Just kidding.
New Jeans 5?
New Jeans is 5. As before, IVE is bigger-ish, but there's still like, I feel like 9, 7, like that was like
6.
Normal. Like I feel like most people are maxing out at 6.
Maybe I'm just used to groups being like 9 or smaller, and that just seems fine. 12 is like 10 and above. That's when I'm like, all right, we're over it. Like, end it there. Like, EXO did it, and we need to end it there. After that, we need to just not do it anymore. Like, the Boys is that big. I think Uptension was that big.
Yeah.
Too many people.
Yeah.
My brain stops thinking after 9. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Andre, do you know what the YouTuber's name is? Because I've talked about the video multiple times, but I want to like properly shout them out. Also, yeah, like some 2 members left, and in that video,
what's the excuse? They're now 6 members. You can't be a size
like,
now.
Sorry, there was actually in the video, the video essayist was making a point that they feel like they kicked, because the 2 members that left were the 2 youngest, and so they're saying that they kicked out the 2 youngest members because they wanted to be able to give them a different concept that was like more mature and switch it up. So they literally just let the other 2 members. That was this girl's theory, which I thought was quite interesting.
Interesting.
Lami says they made all the offshoot groups of IOI such huge groups. Who's still standing? I'll wait.
Wiki Mickey, whatever.
Oh yeah,
they still exist.
Yeah, that's true.
But they were huge. What? How many people did they have?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't remember. Yeah, and I think it was just
huge.
Yeah, I remember just thinking these companies are so greedy because they're just like, oh my god, okay, we have these famous members. Now let's hope like all these other people can be famous off their famousness. But then it was like, if you're gonna do that, okay, fine. But then actually, like you were saying before, actually set the group up in a way that it's not just, we know what you're here for, so that's what we're gonna give you. And these other people are gonna be NPC side characters. Like, it makes no sense.
And it makes them look bigger. Because I was gonna say, for Weki Mick, I thought there were more people, and I think it's because I would only see the 2 main people. And like that made me think like all these additional people were just like too much, because I'm just like, I don't know who you all are. It's just, I only know these 2 people. It just makes it seem more overwhelming when you don't introduce him properly.
Yeah, that's so true. Oh, okay. Andrew says, I think the group, it's called Light Soup. Yeah, I believe it's Light Soup.
I thought that was the group that they were going to join. The 2 people that get kicked out.
Light Chowder.
Light Soup and Light Sun. What even?
Oh, Tal says another reason to not debut little fetuses that barely have consciousness.
Honestly.
You said they just got sentient yesterday, so I don't know what you're doing, but not that. Andre says Wiki Miki has 8. Ah, okay. Yeah, that is kind of huge.
It just felt so huge, though.
Yeah.
It felt bigger than that. I thought there were more people than that.
That's so weird. But I do, like, do you, outside of just, like, you know, it's overwhelming to have this many people, do you think that it's better to debut smaller groups or bigger groups? Like from, okay, let's do 2 perspectives, everyone. From the pinpoint standpoint of a fan, do you think if you care, I know some people might not care at all, but like preference wise, do you think big groups are better or small groups are better? And then on top of that, if you were an idol debuting, would you want to be in a small 4-person group or like an 8-person group? If you're like your company gave you the choice.
I feel like bigger groups, as I said, I think once it gets past like 10 and up, it's like, that's too much. Like, not all of them are going to get time to shine, really, unless you're really good at, like, managing that. But I think 9 is fine, as long as you know, like, the company's good at handling that. If I were to debut, though, I would want it to be smaller, because I want more time to shine. Like, I just think that I would just want more lines. But I feel like, I don't know, if, like, as a person's, like, being a fan of a group, I don't really care as long as the music sounds good, and people are getting the lines that they should get based on their skill level.
You said no bad singers sing, all the good singers singing. No, that's kind of true.
Exactly. Though. And then the dancers are dancing. Like, if the main singers aren't good dancers, I can understand debuting more people that are better dancers or something to make it even. like if that's what the company has and that's all they can deal with, like I understand maybe debuting a bigger group, but just manage them nicely.
That's true. That's true. Lami says, I think wait, did it pop up? Why is my chat? Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Lami says, I think the smaller group size is to make them more palatable for the rest of the market. Interesting. Like Blackpink. Interesting.
That's true, because every time you show people like a bigger group, they're like, how big is this group? Like, there's more of them?
That's so true. Oh my god, that's so true. Lami says, even BTS's 7 is traditionally too big for a Western market, but then again, they are outlier. That's true. But I also think that the Westerners like know Jungkook and maybe like RM the most. Like non-stan Westerners. So I feel like they pinpoint on like 2 that are like the face, and then it's like, oh, but that's BTS.
Yeah.
Andre says, yeah, I'd agree. Debuting smaller groups at least saves some cost, I assume, and it's easier to get to know the members. Bigger groups have cool choreo, I guess. Yeah, I agree.
That's another thing. Yeah, you don't have to get backup dancers. They
They
are the dancers.
That's true. I also think as somebody who's stand and semi-stand 2 really big groups in like BTS and EXO, I also think the kind of like positive of like bigger groups is that like I feel like one of the biggest standing points of like K-pop is like people like seeing the members interact, and it's really fun when you basically have a huge cast of members who have you have little trios of like different lines, and you have like you know, duos and things like that, and seeing that. And I also think it's like nice because when they start to go to the army, it's not just like, all right, well, they can't do anything because there's like 2 people here. Like there's always gonna be, even though EXO, you know, hates us and they never, no, just kidding, like I feel like
even they're coming back this year. Suho said
I believe in him. Even like, you know, with EXO, I never felt, you know, even if they didn't want to promote, like I never felt that like, you know, it was just like nobody there. Like even if like with their comebacks, there was a good chunk of people there. You know, they would CG lay in from, you know, China, you know, and then he would do his little Bitcoin, you know, thing. But like, but like it never really felt empty, especially for a boy group. So that's why, and even like Girls' Generation, I was watching some like old variety clip compilation, and like their like variety shows when they would individually do stuff would be so fun because it would just be such a huge cast of people and different personalities and stuff. So I do think that's a pro, but I do agree, like smaller groups, I also feel like smaller groups, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes with big groups, I feel like they're trying to hide some lack of talent in some places.
That's what I'm saying. Like when the main singers can't dance, you're like, all right, so who can actually dance so we can hide the fact that they can't dance? And they don't have to be able to sing because we already have the vocalists for them.
That's true.
So like they're hiding each other.
That's true. I think it gives a better chance for there to be like a stronger vocal line. Because I think naturally when there's like 5 members, it's like, okay, if there's a dance line and like a vocal line, something of that has to overlap. So it's like, maybe it's like they didn't choose somebody that was a stronger singer because that person is a stronger dancer and they hold like 2 thingies, as opposed to this person 100% being even though they can't dance that well, being like a great person for the vocal line and somebody else being great. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird. Anyway, Tal says, as a fan, I am a fan of bigger groups with a 10-member cutoff point, but as an idol, I want my shine, and more members hurt that. More members as a fan is just more personalities to fall in love with. Oh, that's true. That's such a cute way to put it too. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the thing is, I definitely wouldn't want to be a 4-member group. I would want to be a 5. I think like New Jeans and like 5, like that's a perfect like member.
So I want the center position. I want to be able to have 2 people on both sides as I'm singing my high note.
2 background dancers here, 2 background dancers here. I'm in the middle, spotlight. Exactly. They're in the dark.
I'm actually a soloist. They just don't know.
They actually turn themselves into stairs that I can walk up as they're on all 4s as the spotlight follows me.
Oh gosh.
Jordy said, Jordy said, I think you can do more with bigger groups down the line. Ooh, subunits, etc.
Oh yeah, true.
That's true. But I would want to be in like a 4-member group. Yeah, that's true. Andre said, it took me what felt like forever to get to know So She Has 9. That's true. That's true.
I remember quizzing myself about EXO. Like in their names, because I was like, who?
Not Quizlet.
All right, so this is this, and then I was like trying to like say it without looking, because I was just like, who is who? And I remember thinking, I still thought Sehun and Luhan were twins, and I remember being like,
I do not get
Luhan and Sehun, because their names both have H in it, because they're basically twins. I was like, it all makes sense. They have names that are similar.
People say
brothers.
That, but I don't see it. I don't
see it now. Like, as a person first seeing them, they really look like, especially because they had pictures together all the time. They look like little twins.
Because they were the premiership. Like Shuhan, that was some crusty thing that came up later. But Hunhan, whatever it was called.
It was an interesting name.
Oh, wait, not the shade. Jordy said, I think some groups currently do not need extra members to hide their abysmal stage presence, though. Not saying names.
Right. How about we say names and then we just, pretend that we didn't say them.
Why are y'all trying to get me banned? Why are y'all trying to get me my K-pop stan card removed?
Is it NCT? Is it? I'm trying to think of big groups. ATs, are they big? 17.
Yeah, right. Say the name. I'm a karate.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm a 17 karate.
I know.
That's how I feel about Taeyeon and Tiffany. Wait, what? With Taeyeon and Tiffany?
Extra people that didn't need to be there? Okay, no. I don't think that's what they mean.
Listen, so-ons, I would like to live. Therefore, I do not want to be in this narrative.
I'm not saying Taeyeon didn't belong there. What?
You know what? Y'all trying to get me tracked. I want to live a hospitable life, okay? Is that a word?
Why do people hate...
The thing is,
one member of aespa that I already know that
I'm not familiar with aespa enough, but I feel like they're all pretty even leveled, but apparently not.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think they're pretty equal. It's just, some people don't like rappers, so it's like But even then, I feel like Giselle sings pretty fine, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
and Karina and Giselle have decent voices.
Yeah, maybe I haven't like heard them sing because I feel like they're all pretty same. Like not like because it's who is it?
Winter and Ning Ning
are the main vocals.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe I just don't know aespa that well because I don't really watch their music videos very often. I just listen to their music, so I actually don't think I know who sings what. Stop. Y'all will get me. Okay, when I wake up dead, okay, y'all, and like freaking K-pop Twitter has got me. It will be on y'all. But yeah, so
it's still the podcast nieces, so I don't know. Y'all can hate all you want, but when they come back and you guys are like, "Whoa, that was actually fire." I don't want to hear any. Like, I want to hear apologies. Actually, that's what I want to hear. Apologies. And even if you didn't like it, still apologize to make me feel better.
I'm just trying to get the notoriety. Now you're trying to get us in the tabloids. What's going on? Lami says, I still want the shy SNSD subunit, but we got is got to be. I'm confused because I feel like I remember them like legitimately teasing that.
Shy?
Yeah.
Was that Sunny or something in Hyoyeon and Yoonju?
Yeah.
I'm making up by the letters.
I thought it'd be Sooyoung, Hyoyeon, and Yuri.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like they tease, or maybe maybe the someone's got to me. At least they'll come back before Red Velvet.
I mean, actually, yes. Well, Red Velvet, at least they're touring. They're doing something. I don't know. They're doing something.
They literally had a concert, remember?
Yeah, they're touring.
Oh, they're straight up touring.
It was
okay.
aespa.
Oh, okay.
aespa was only in Japan, I think.
Very interesting what SM is doing with aespa, but
they just came out with a teaser today. I was like, oh, that's so creative. It was like a news report or something where like they were being interviewed for like something weird happening in the city, and so it kind of looked like how you would see on like ABC News or something. And I was like, oh, that's cute. I was like, at least they're using creativity like juices for aespa now, because last year I don't know where it was. The struggle. I mean, I get it. They were struggling internally, but you know.
Oh yeah,
they're bringing out the creativity.
Damn. Yeah, we'll see. The Sleepy Owl will be on the Omona They Didn't headlines. Imagine. All right. Wait a second. Dang, I know. Listen, I didn't write anything else. Really. Unless you wanted to talk about anything else, because I'm literally just gonna leave it up to open bar. Oopsies. Why do you keep jumping out of
blocking me out?
You keep hopping out of existence, and I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I'd hate me too. I'm me, so.
Did you have anything else you wanted to share with the peeps?
I've got a perfect all kill.
And that's on period. Like the podcast nieces, we did what they needed to do. Like, what did y'all expect? Like,
with a better song this time. And this is they're the first group in history to score perfect all kills with 2 songs within 3 weeks. The first one shouldn't have happened, but I will say, that's where it's at. That song is it.
You better stand.
Also, they have 2 other songs on that album that I listened to their albums because I told myself I need to stop being so mean. I need to start listening to their music. And I still stand by the fact that Afterlight was the worst title track that they have ever had. It's below Kish. It is the last on their list. I just don't. It's not even on their list. But yeah, I Am is good.
Wow. I love how you were like, so they did have trash, but this one,
yes,
not so trash.
They were losing me. I was like, what was it? Love Dive? I was like, whatever. Like, I didn't really care for Love Dive. Wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was just there for me. But then they came back with Afterlight, and I was like, wow, utter trash for me.
I don't want to be part of this narrative.
I'm going to have to exit this conversation. But I'm so glad I gave them a chance with I Am, because that is it. That is above. I'll say it's above 11. For me, it's I Am 11. What's the other one? Love Dive, and then Afterlife is.
I just really liked After. I think the verse is really good. But you can sign these adoption papers so they can be the official podcast nieces.
Is that for aespa? No. Oh wait, no, they're already there. Okay.
No,
right.
This is just make sure to sign here, so we can make them the official podcast nieces. It's fine. Okay, listen.
We'll wait. I'll wait for their second because I was on board when they did 11, but then they came back with 2 songs that I was just like, so the next song has to be good. And then
fair, because I know that they'll come. I feel like they've really been killing it with the television. And honestly, the I forget what the actual album's called. All those songs were fire. All those songs were fire.
I'll say the first half was good. The second half, I was like, I listened to the whole album twice, and I was like, they're not bad. It was just like, I won't add this to my list of songs.
Wait, because Cherish was in the last half. You didn't like Cherish?
I don't remember Cherish.
Cherish.
But I think I listed the songs.
I thought you would love that ad lib.
I loved Mine, and I loved Hypnosis.
Okay. I felt like every single song was the only song I did. No, wait. Oh, Blue Blood.
I did not. The Blue Blood song, I already heard it before, and I was like,
the verses were very annoying sounding. No offense, but
I actually thought the opposite. I thought the chorus was for me.
What's your blood type? You, I'm blue. Figaro. Okay. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah.
Nothing's happening. Oh no. I mean, there's some stuff he did, I guess.
He what?
He was in Japan.
He was what?
He was in Japan.
Oh, okay.
They're all in Japan. They did like a thing. He won a Switch in one of the games they did. I was like, oh, that's cute.
Oh wait, they did like an event or?
Yeah, like they did a fan sign because they've been doing fan
Oh.
sign events. So they did. What are you doing with your tongue?
Oh my gosh, Jess! If you want to leave the show, tell me.
You keep doing that
Be
to
honest.
me. That's your internet.
Be honest, okay?
Because you're not blinking out for me.
Be for real.
Just saying.
That's fair. Oh, that's fair. I understand.
But also, they sang. I don't know if they sang at their. I think they attended their manager's wedding, or something. You hate me.
I think I may. What's going on? I really don't know. I'm like, you know what?
But yeah, that's it.
Oh well.
Oh, and there's a video.
There you go.
Of him like dabbing up some guy.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
He is beating the 5'8" or the 5'7" allegations. He looks tall as hell.
Oh yeah, I saw people. Somebody posted like a fan account where they're like, "Yeah, he's much taller than I thought he was gonna be." I was like, "Yes, Jimin, get that." Even though you're probably still just 5'8".
Not everyone can
the
be
same height that I thought.
5'9" like Kyungsoo, so it's actually fine. But
he's probably 5'7".
How dare. He's working on his posture. He's taking a ballet in his 30s.
I heard that he's trying to work out though. He was like, I think it's time to work out. Like if any time, it's now before it's too late. I was like, wow, get it. Let's see if that actually happens.
You know, we wanted to do like a New Year, New Us thing, so you know, we started in
the middle of the year.
New Year, New Us.
1/4 of the way into the year, you're like, all right, let's start the year.
You know those calendars that start in July? You know, that's when I start my year. I start during the physical year, so that's New Year for me.
The physical year?
Doesn't that start in July?
Oh, the fiscal. I don't know what fiscal. Is that a different time?
I don't know. Listen, y'all, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have 3 brain cells. Anyway, oh my gosh. I thought that you guys were talking about the group Cherish from back in the day. Imagine, do it, do it, do it, do it. Every girl we're rocking to it, do it. So do it, do it, do it. People used to be so violent. Ah! Or when they would throw it up in the air. Ah! Like,
I feel like that was after. I was thinking not the whoa. Oh gosh, not the whoa. This one, the Wu-Tang. I remember.
Oh my gosh.
I walked into the cafeteria at my school, and there was a whole circle of people just doing the Wu-Tang, and I was just like, "What are we doing?" And they were like, "You can't Wu-Tang," and they're like going on their backs. I was like, first of all, why am I in a cafeteria doing this? It is the middle of the school day. Everybody, we should be in class. And going on your back and doing this isn't that hard as you think.
Now you
it just looks like
slaying and scolding.
Because it just looks so stupid. I was like, I'm doing a dance circle of Wu-Tang. I can do the Wu-Tang. That's when you know you shouldn't be doing it. I'm thinking that's cool. Just saying.
Tal says the father of all 10 of my children, y'all, Mr. Jimin. Jazz, you're
Jimin, what are you doing? I told him to calm down.
Not that I told him to stop. I told him to calm down. Okay, 4 children was enough. Now you're disrespecting
We're in an open
me.
Relationship.
That's so
in Korea. I can't really, control him. So. I told him to calm down.
It's very progressive. Yeah. Oh yeah, we did talk about Moonbin. We mentioned him in the beginning, but yes, rest in peace. And yeah, another star to wave to when the skies are clear. That's so cute. Yeah. Lami says he does look taller than usual. I mean, I didn't want to mention shoe lifts, but
yeah,
I did see him put him.
You're probably accurate. I'm pretty sure he's more than before.
You're like, this wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be.
All right, y'all.
He was also at the wedding.
wedding, guys. In fact, Jasmine actually stole that from me, so I didn't want to expose you.
Sure.
But consider yourself exposed.
I had the Japanese fan sign event. She had the wedding. And,
you know.
Just combined.
All right, y'all. Oh, yeah, there's music. I'm so lazy. Oopsies. But I think we can kind of incorporate. I think we can.
You keep blocking me.
I don't know what's happening. This has never occurred in my life. I'm being sabotaged.
I feel like she's doing this on purpose. She's like actually moving a gray square over my face.
Imagine. I'm just evil.
It's like, I don't know what's happening. And she's just holding it there.
Oh, I would never. No. All right, y'all.
Music?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You brought up the music.
Y'all, it's been crazy. So, okay.
I need to talk about I Am.
Okay, let's talk about I Am and how it out Espa. No, just kidding. Oops.
Well, I mean, it did, because what's Espa doing?
Ooh. SM.
I mean, until Espa comes back, which is, what is that? I think I wrote it down. Was it the first? No, I don't even know.
I'm just going to move this over here. There we go.
So you know why you've been doing it.
No. I was trying to, hopefully it oops. Down by the banks of the hanky panky with the blue sparks from bank the banky with the oops. Okay. Anyway, y'all, so the podcast daughters, the official podcast daughters, the podcast nieces, the podcast nephew, well, the nieces, I guess they're girls.
Nephews
came back with the long-awaited I don't know what the album's called, but we're not even going to talk about the album. We're just talking about I Have I've. Very confusing, but all bops. But we're going to talk about their comeback song, I Am. So I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it first, because you just seem so excited, and I'm gonna mail these adoption papers over so you can real quick just finalize them as the podcast nieces. But I'm excited to hear what you think, and chat, you too. What do you think about Ive's comeback? Now, may I preface this by saying I think what's so interesting about this generation is that it's giving me very much second gen, where I feel like everyone gets a hit. Like, you get a hit, you get a hit, you get a hit. There's a lot of different hits. And I guess this happened in third gen too, whatever. But I think in particular, I feel like people were so sure just like 3 months ago that New Jeans is it. They're going to be the Beyoncés, the SNSD, the Twices of this generation. Ditto's eating, oh my God is eating, like blah, blah. Like, all you other girlies, back it up! Not really, but you know what I mean. And then Ive comes in having a perfect all kill, a cack, a pack, a snack, and a back. And now it's like, oh. And so it really makes me think, how I was being like, oh, Espa, where you at, girls? They could come back. They're coming back. They might snatch everyone's edges too. And the other ones. So it's G-Idol, they might come.
Yeah. G-Idol's coming back.
So it's really anyone's game. And I feel like everyone's so quick to be like, crowning them the new generation. Everyone has a word to say, which I love the competition. I love the fact that as it stands, we probably don't know who's going to win the day song. We probably don't know who's going to win girl group of the year. Like, it's really, now for the boy groups, I don't know what y'all doing over there, but zero base one. I'm kidding. I need to beat the misandrist allegations.
Misandry,
yeah. I love boy groups. Okay, don't do me.
You're doing yourself.
Anyway, that's all to say. Jazz, what do you feel about this song?
This song was terrible.
Okay, let me mute her.
Disregard everything I said before. I was lying to hype them up. Okay, now I'm actually. I love this song. I think it's as you said before. I think you brought this up before, where it's like, I like the songs where the main vocalists actually do the heavy lifting. Like, and because they did in this song, like that whole entire chorus, I was like, get it. It was everything. The high notes, it just sounded so good. Like, Liz sounded so freaking good, and then so did Yoonjin. One thing I just realized though after listening to this song and then also listening to the album, Iso, she's giving Momo for me. And I just don't really like her voice that much. So in this song I was kind of like, I didn't like that they had her sing before Liz. I thought like maybe someone else that has like a more casual voice, like Ray or what's her name?
Kao.
Yeah, Gao. Like I think they both have like both their voices kind of sound the same to me. But they're like whatever voices to me where I don't think it would have been as jarring to me, the difference in voices between Liz and Iso it was just so big to me. And then also I also realized this has nothing to do with like the song, but like I realized that Ray looks like Hani from New Jeans. I looked this up. I'm not the only person that thought this because apparently also Unche
from La
Seraphim also looks like them. And I was looking at them, I was like, what's going on with these new groups? Did they just all like copy and paste like one of whoever came first? They just copied and pasted it, maybe made a little bit of adjustments, and they're like, all right, debut. She's ready for debut. Like I know, so that's just a weird thing to me. It has nothing to do with I Am, but I Am is a great song. I also liked Hypnosis. I already said this, and Mine from it. Like Hypnosis to me sounded like an RV song. And it also sounded like a little mix song. And I just like I could just hear it as a B-side on either one of their albums, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Also, Wanyoung, her voice is growing on. Like I didn't realize what she sounded like. I'm gonna be honest.
You better stand, girl. Here's your stand card.
I think every time Ray or Gao sang, I think I just assumed it was Wanyoung as well.
Yeah.
So Wanyoung has a more. She also has a more, like I don't know. It's more mature than the two of them.
I was gonna say I think hers is very and I also think she like plays with it a lot in terms of how she sounds. So I feel like sometimes she can sound a bit more like nasally and maybe a bit weaker, but then like when she starts the verse in I Am, it's very good. Like I feel like it's like a really good like spot in her voice. I think I'm getting confused because I thought it was Kao that had the more distinct voice.
Kao, she sang after Yoonjin, but Iso's the one that's like and then Liz comes in with her voice and she's like more fuller. I don't know. It's not as nasally. Iso just has, to me, I can tell when she's singing because I'm like, it's like Momo, but not as bad. Like it's like she has more, I don't want to say more training, but like it's stronger than Momo.
Okay, yeah. No, you're right. It is Iso that has the more nasally one. Huh. Interesting. That was kind
of she stands out to me.
Yeah, it is a very distinct voice, and I feel like it's really hard when you have like I remember like Somi. She also had a very like when you sound very. It's like a mixture of being like nasally, but then also very young, which is like obviously she is young, but like you know when you sound it, it's very hard to like blend with, and it stands out. Yeah. And
since she's young, she'll probably get better. It's just right now it's just like whoa.
Yeah.
How is no one else? Does no one else hear this besides me? And I think it's just me because like I looked this up because that's what I always do when I have an opinion. Like, am I alone?
Who else? r/Kpop thoughts. What are y'all saying? Want to holler you the bashing thread? You get into a time machine.
Oh gosh. Oh no. I go on the time machine. I make the own post.
They're like, who are these people? I can agree with it. They were probably in kindergarten when the bashing thread was at its height.
Oh gosh,
that evil anyway,
I loved it there.
Oh my god, no, she didn't. She's lying. Oh, just to read like the morning newspaper.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say she never posted in there.
Posting that. Okay. I don't think I've ever posted in there. But
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to do some PR.
Things, hilarious, and then seeing who got downvoted for them.
People were out of control. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, it sucks that Ray couldn't join, but they killed it. It's very high in the vocal range that my throat hurts sometimes singing it. Yeah. But that's why it's just so like impressive when Liz always just sounds good when she hits that would it be a pre-chorus? I don't know, that line leading up to the chorus. But I also agree. I think it's pre-chorus. Yeah, I also agree it was very good. I love this just like I love their vibe. It's so like, and the word I want to say is let me not use it because some people will get mad. But like, it's very like they just serve. Like it's just like they're so like they serve. Like I love that it's a very like their concepts and like their songs are just very just like, yes, like let's do this, like I'm living my life, this is like we're doing this, life is beautiful, like I'm living my own like let's live this fantasy, I'm awesome, this is cool. Like I love that, like very confident, cool, very like I don't know, elegant almost, like just very like I don't know, they just serve. Like I don't even know what else to say it. And I think
it's, you just jump out of a helicopter.
Yeah, I know. It's
no parachute.
It's so
you saw that?
Yeah.
Did you see the meme?
Once they had Wani on face plant on this, I was like, don't do her like this. But it was very funny. But yeah, it's just so like servy, and it's like I don't know, because I know that there's always like when there's younger members, it's like, okay, what can we really do here, you know, to make sure it's age appropriate, but then also it's like a whatever that the members can do. And I do think it's like fun and young, but it's also just like, you know, me and my friends just serving, like we ate, like what's going on, like it's just so nice. And I think it's so nice because I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's so refreshing with like new jeans because they're very like very much into the fact that they're like teenagers, they're like, you know, we're young and fresh, it's very refreshing and stuff like that. And I like I can see the appeal of that too, but I also think it's cool that we have a girl group that's just like, no, give me the glitz, give me the glam, I'm gonna stomp down this like runaway or whatever. Like it's cool that it's like that's very much their like that's their style, anyway. So I liked it.
Is that
I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm gonna skip the Suga song because I only listened to it once, so I don't really have any points.
I mean, I only listened to it once as well.
Oh, I mean, you can give your opinion on the two songs.
I would only listen to it once. Okay, no. I will never listen to it again.
Army, I am so sorry that she is treating y'all like
I'm
this.
I'm a Suga fan, so like I can say whatever I want. I'm kidding.
She's lying,
it's
y'all.
All right. Yeah. It was better than People Part 2. But he looked good. I didn't understand what was happening in the music video.
He sure did.
He looked good.
Mm-hmm.
He was two different people, and I was confused, and he killed one, and I was like, what is going on?
No spoilers!
Then he was in a police car. I was like, what's going on? Then he was in a ramen shop or something. I was like, who? And then it ended, and I just... Yeah. What was that about? Nobody knows. I mean, they probably do. There's probably a bunch of theories.
Yeah, I know.
How it connects to BTS and
I need to log into my own
Dante's
Tumblr.
Inferno. I don't know what that
is. They're like, if you read the Iliad and the Odyssey and you turn to page 34, you'll see that there's a picture of Suga. No, just kidding. He is Odysseus.
Wait, hold on. They're on just.
He is Odysseus.
This is deeper than we thought. This is time travel.
He's suddenly a Greek god, or is that? I don't know.
God.
Listen, y'all. I read one book my whole entire life. Okay.
It was not the Iliad. So you know.
He looked it good, so I need to watch it again. Yeah. I'm a fake stan. I mean, you all know this. Anyway, what about NCT Dojejang, which is a subunit?
Such a good song. Sorry,
not the auntie
songs. Sorry, like, cause like I forgot what it sounded like. Cause I remember listening to it when it first came out. I was like, oh, that's a good song. Then I listened to it again today. I was like, wait. This is it. They sound so good. It was such a good song. They all sounded good. All three of them. It was such a groovy song.
Oh, groovy. That's a cute way to describe it. Yeah, I need to listen to it again. All right. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I know I'm high speed scrubbing. But let's go to open bar because I see some people picking up topics that we didn't talk about yet. So let me.
I know one of them. I have a link to.
Open bar. Okay. Oopsie.
The Isungi thing.
Oh yes. Okay. So there's something going on with Isungi and who he is marrying, who he's choosing to wed, and how.
Oh wait, not that one.
Oh wait.
The law.
Oh. Okay. Wait.
That's based off of him. I mean, there's also that if we want to talk about that.
I mean, it's really interesting. No, it's really interesting because I was like, oh, I thought people were feeling very sympathetic because of all that happened with this company. But it seems like after this thing passed, people are like, is this really how we're going to live our lives? Why is it doing this? Okay, because I'm either like, I can see you. Wait, maybe if I do this. Okay, that's better. Okay, but now I can't see the thing. Okay, let's see if this even works. It probably won't, but let's see. All right, so... Okay, so the Isungi Crisis Prevention Act. The bill states, and I'm reading this from our Kpop Thoughts. Or is there a, like, Soompi article? Well, this person summarizes it, so we'll just use this.
Yeah, that's the only reason I linked it, because it was, like, very short and to the point, rather than me reading what it is.
Full scorn 7 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, so this is from Kpop Thoughts. User sorry, I can't read right speaker spell. Oh my god, y'all, for some reason my okay all right,
is that right? Then sorry. That's what it sounded like.
I think this will work. Okay, so all right, sorry y'all, this looks kind of jank, but that's okay, I think. All right, so the Isungi Crisis Prevention Act, user Ruin Sing Zizzle, you know, gotta give credit where credit's due, says I'm just doing this. Okay, y'all, I don't know what happened here. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. Says. Oh my gosh, my mouse. Ah! Why is this not working? Okay. Well, let's do this. Studio mode. Chrome. Okay, whatever. Okay, so the bill states that entertainment companies are required to disclose earnings to celebrities at least once a year, and whatever the artist a request. Minors will not allow to be work more than 7 hours a day. I know them companies are shaking. They're like, no. Companies aren't allowed to let minors drop out of school or force them to excessively manage their appearance. The girls are taking care of the babies. That's what we love to see. Abuse, sexual, verbal, physical, will be investigated by the ministry. Contracts are required to include length, settlement methods, and cost deduction methods. I know the companies are like, how are we supposed to scam? And this person asks, how do we think this will affect the industry? Could companies stop debuting minors? I think they will.
Yeah.
Which is a win. We won. That's good. No offense to the minors that want to debut as minors.
Go to school.
Yeah, I know.
Just graduate.
I really don't know what's wrong with like debuting at like 19. Like literally you're done with 18. School.
Like,
yeah.
Graduate and then everything's fine. You can do whatever you want. You're technically an adult by that point.
Exactly.
So, do you?
Exactly.
You want to debut? Do it.
It really doesn't make sense. But I love this stuff about contract stuff because even in like the American market, that happens a lot with it's like you'll get like advances or whatever, but then you won't know that you have to cover like all this stuff that has to do with your album. So like even though you think you have the money to, it's like, oh no, you know, this thing that we bought for the music video, that's out of your budget and stuff like that. And I always thought it was just really scary that somebody could be like, oh, you haven't paid off your debt, but you don't know how much you paid. You don't know what the original amount was, and they can just keep using that until Kingdom Come. But yeah, this is crazy. 7 hours a day. I mean, that's great, but dang.
I think it's up to 40 hours. Not 40, 30 hours a week. So like,
no Inkigayo, no. They're like, you gotta choose. You gotta choose Inkigayo Music Bank show. Sorry, music show champion.
Dang.
And
I like how you chose for them.
Yeah, that's kind of mean.
That's the weakest link.
No, but I think it's the youngest one, right? Out of all the music shows.
I don't know. I never know the difference between these shows anymore. I just know there's Mnet, and then I don't know. Is that the NBC one?
I think it's Music Bank, Inkigayo, Music Core, some show champion, Mnet Countdown. Does Mnet Countdown even exist anymore?
Is it not a thing? I feel like they still do those. Oh, at least they do those. Is that the dance relay?
Oh, that's true. But did they have a show? I feel like I haven't heard the term Mnet Countdown in 43 years. But I feel like it has to be what they're... They have to have a show, and that has to be what it's called. I'm claiming it. It has to. Custom Kitsch.
Or you're sue Mnet if they don't have
the
countdown anymore.
Yeah. You'll be my lawyer. We'll get to the bottom of this.
It's still a thing.
Oh, okay.
Miyeon and Juhyun. Juhan. Oh my gosh, I can't speak.
Custom Kitsch.
Who's Mia? Oh, from what's it called? G-Idol.
Oh.
The other guy's from Monsta X.
Why is this not working? Okay, there we go. All right, guys. I was having some trouble with my little thingy thing, but I think I fixed it. Okay. No, I did not. Oh. Everything's really fine.
Looks like you're leaking something.
Here's the tea, y'all. I'm leaking my own tea. My truth, as they like to say on Love is Blind. Let's just copy this. Custom Kitsch. Oh. Freak. I think I just messed up something.
Oh no.
Alright, guys. Okay, the horizontal chat has been whatevered, but yeah. I just saw the thing that they hosted. They did a moment of silence for Moonbin and Mnet Countdown. Oh, I think I saw that too. Yeah. Sorry, what were you talking about before?
Music shows.
Oh, yeah. So.
Oh, yeah, because young kids won't be able to go
That's
on
good.
Music shows.
And they should be able to enact this retroactively. So all y'all who made Momo eat 3 ice cubes to go to that showcase, JYP and all the managers looking at you.
That would be so much work for them. They're like, I don't think they have the resources.
That's so true. Freaking, was it Nine Muses company that was like, you can like have a cup of food and then like you can fill it up, but you can only eat what's in that cup or something?
I mean, that seems like a weird rule.
I swear.
That means you just overload it.
That's true.
Don't put so much. It would be ice cream. Like, I'd stack as many as I could.
Just churros, stacked with churros. Andre says, but yes to all of that. I would at least let a 16-year-old debut, but that's the bare minimum of me. You know what? I think I'm gonna say 18. I know it's very arbitrary, but I think at least let them finish school. Because I honestly, same. I don't think it's realistic. And I'm not saying that they don't study, because I'm sure they actually do or whatever. But I don't think it's realistic to have this teen be traveling the world, going on shows, and then also having to learn damn geography and mathematicas. Like, it doesn't, I feel like it's not real. And then they like pop in at school like once every 4 months.
Yeah. I was looking at somebody's school and I was like, what kind of name of a school is that? And I was like, I guess as an idol, you just gotta go. It was like something global cyber
arts
university
of
and
Bitcoin Academy.
What is this, DeVry? What is going on?
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine they would have to do cyber school, because that's crazy.
It looks like there's different rules for different ages.
Oh, okay.
Like before the bill, the regulations allowed up to 35. This is from another K-pop thoughts thing from K-Lover24. But it said before the bill, the regulations allowed up to 35 hours per week for artists under 15 and 40 hours per week for those aged 15 and older. Now the regulations are under 12 years old, 25 hours per week and 6 hours per day. 12 to 15 years old is 30 hours per week and 7 hours per day, and 15 years and older is 35 per week and 7 hours per day.
Interesting. I was like, that's young, but then I realized there's probably actors. Yeah, I guess that's kind of biased to be like, if you're an idol, it has to be 18, but if you're an actor, obviously there's child actors because there's child roles. So, like my daughter from, what is that thing? The Revenge thing?
Revenge?
That Revenge one where it was the girl.
The K-drama?
Yeah, what is it called?
You suddenly can't.
Because why my brain too? The Glory. Thank you, Leah. Thank you.
There we go. For some reason, I was thinking I Care a Lot, and that's not even, that's a movie, and it has nothing to do with that. It's like, I don't even know.
Oh my
Good
God.
movie. You guys should watch it. It's very infuriating. You would hate the main character, but it's not what you're thinking.
Oh my God. Yeah, The Glory. The little baby from The Glory. Literally the real podcast news because she was so cute. But it's like, you know, she's like 2 years old and she got to be in that so she could be my husband's daughter. It's so crazy how, like, we're in love. I love him. It's like, he is a stunt queen on Instagram. Not really. The husband of the evil anchor lady.
I saw that they had the show that I saw him in before on Netflix. So I was rewatching some scenes and I was like, yeah, no wonder I thought he was evil when I was watching The Glory. I was like, this man was terrible on the show. I was
like mean terrible, not acting terrible.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh no, he wasn't terrible.
I was gonna say
it was just his character was just like evil.
I hate that. I don't want to watch it then.
It was a good show. I forgot what it was called. Oh, Good, Bad, and Crazy.
I'll watch it then. You said the other girl, the drug addict one, was also on it?
Yeah, wait, was that the one? Yeah. She's like a drug lord lady.
In the show?
Yeah.
Okay, she's being typecast. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
I didn't even notice it was her though. Like, it was just a different haircut. Now that I see it, I'm like, oh yeah. I also rewatched to see like what she looked like. I was like, oh yeah, that is just her with a little wolf cut or something. I don't even know.
Ooh, she would look good in the wolf cut. She I follow her on Instagram. She has like a short blonde bob right now, and I'm like, oh, so edgy, so edgy.
She's pretty.
Everyone in that show was so attractive. I was like, okay, why didn't y'all cast me though? I'm just kidding. They're like, you wouldn't have fit for a couple of reasons.
Because I'm too hot. I get it. Too hot to handle.
What they should have, because didn't the baby and the hot husband they like moved to Norway or whatever at the end?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so he meets me, I become the stepmommy, and we live happily.
In Norway?
I can't be in Norway.
Sorry. You'd probably be like the one.
How dare you? Norwegians, don't let her do this. Sorry. Black Norwegians stand strong. Don't do it.
That's gonna be one person. They're like, I can help you. I can help you in a distance. One person.
Okay, fine. They rewrite the script so they move to Canada, and then they meet me. I'm like, I'm like a stewardess, and I'm like, hello, welcome to Canada. Not to barge in, but you're actually quite handsome. And then like I am like, oh, I gotta go. What? My boss. And then I run, and then he's like, wait. But then when I'm running, I accidentally trip, and then my shoe falls off. And then I'm like, oh, I have to catch my next plane. And so he was like, ma'am, but your shoe, I have to find her. So then it's a second K-drama where he goes from house to house in Canada to try to find the stewardess that fits that shoe. And then at the end, he finds me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't be with you. And then I run, and then I get hit by like a bus, because that's what always happens.
That's when it ends. And then it's like, you are my destiny. He's like holding you. Freeze frame. They have the Dunkin' Donuts ad.
Not Dwayne Donuts. The Glory Cinderella. It's called The Glory, even though it has nothing to do with this woman anymore.
I mean, you wouldn't be the first like sequel that does that.
Oh, and then after he gets that revenge on his prisoner, on that one prisoner, the main character, what is her name? You know, the main character is Blue, the doctor. The bland doctor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He moves to Canada and he's like, I need to start a new life because after all this stuff, the girl gets thrown in jail. I'm sorry, guys, we love her, but you know it's for the plot. And so he moves to Canada to start a new life. And then while I'm running from the other guy because I dropped my shoe and I'm missing my next plane, I actually bump into him and I'm like, oh, sorry, sir. But then when I bump into him, his credit card falls into like my front pocket, so I start running, and then when I get the train on the plane, I'm like, oh no, and I realize I have to get and I get hit by a food cart, and I'm like, no. I'm like, would you like ice with your Sprite? And then I death drop onto the onto the next passenger. I'm like, I call me mother. And then all of a sudden, I'm like in like a studio, and they're like, the number one winner of Boys Planet is Jay, and I'm like, oh no! But then I onto the number one,
and then somehow you end up back in Canada and continue this story. This is the most roller coaster of a show.
I'm a stewardess in a love triangle that also just won the number one center position of Boys Planet. And so I have to live a double, Hannah Montana X life.
Is this also like what is that type of show where the girl dresses up as a guy?
Oh yeah, that's too. Oh my god, that's perfect.
So
yes. Oh my gosh, yes, a Hanaki Me moment, or is it Hanaki Me? Yeah, Hanaki Me. Mm-hmm. And so I boom, and then I death drop into his arm. Is it death drop? Yeah, death drop. Yeah.
Yes.
So something normal.
Oh, lovely. And then you get all the awards. They're like, this was so dramatic. It also made no sense, but we love this.
And I'm like, thank you.
That soundtrack, the You Are My Destiny Part 2. That is it.
Ooh, we can remix it. Call me. You are my ow. Call me Destiny. All right. It's giving that K-drama that Family Guy had. Winter, summer. Wait, what?
I feel like I remember this. Wait, hold on.
Oh my god. All right. Wait, because I thought we actually had a point. I forget what I was saying. Ooh.
We're just talking about the show.
Wait, what is this? An NMIX Sulyun fan site caused her to break down during a fan site. Fan site issued an apology. What did the fan site say?
I think I saw that he complained to her that she wasn't looking at the camera enough, and then that people were saying like she cried when the next person came to get their stuff signed, or she looked sad after.
Wait,
it was like it didn't make any sense that the guy would even do that as a fan sign. I mean, fan, whatever he is.
But what does that mean that she's not looking at the camera enough? What is that?
Because he he's taking pictures for the fan site. There we go. But she wasn't looking at the camera enough for him. It wasn't something that he should have said at all. So,
get a job. No, just kidding. That's very strange. What? Okay, wait. I'm gonna watch this video. So she was taking. Is this the other person, the next person, or is this the guy who's? Oh, like when he's taking pictures while she's up there and he's like waiting for his turn. I'd be like, sir, who are you? See, this is why Hwa Young. I'm like, just kidding.
I told you that's your fave. You keep bringing it up.
No, because I think that's ridiculous that he said that. Aww.
Why'd they blur her head?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I can't even see.
Is.
I see half her face. Aww. Whose video is this? Is this the fan site being like, I'm sorry I made you cry? Exhibit A.
I don't know.
Aww.
Why would you post that?
Is she a Libra? No, because really us Libras cannot, like, we can't.
I can't. You remember that video I sent you?
No.
I showed that to my dad today. He was like, yeah, people need to stop with that. This Libra.
Oh. No, because that's really, really hard.
Is he a Taurus? You guys.
Get out. Don't you dare.
I mean, I don't think we Tauruses would do that. But, you know.
That's so sad. I hate that. Yeah.
I think I couldn't be an idol.
Yeah, that's so overstepping.
Like, and? Like, can you look at the camera? Like, for what? Who are you? He's like, really? This is disrespectful from your top fan site. I'm like, okay, then leave. What are you doing here? I don't want to be here with you.
What a mess.
So why are we doing this?
What a mess. Leon says fans need to stop being entitled. Insert Demi Lovato mean, get a job. Stay away. Yeah, this is a warning to you PR stans. All right? This is what it gets you. You think you're doing the, like, you know, God's gift to the earth or whatever, telling these people what to do or whatever. But, like what? Like, you're not, I just cannot even fathom. Like, I'll be like, get out of here. That's so sad. Aww. Jordy said she's an Aquarius. I would also
just be like, okay, and then just not look at his camera at all.
Yeah.
I think I would purposely, like, look the opposite way each time. I'd be like, where's your camera? Where? Over there? All right, so.
That's so rude. Okay, she's an Aquarius. Are Aquarius is sensitive?
We're all sensitive.
That's so true. No, that's so real. Because that is definitely something that would make me feel, like, really sad and uncomfortable. Then,
especially like, if you're already having a bad day.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't know it. People already told her or what she was thinking about before that.
Yeah. A mess. That's just so, like, and she's like a baby. Like, that, I don't know how old that guy is, but he's probably 50.
Too old to be.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't even matter. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, Peak Time wrapped up, which I don't be watching anything, y'all. It's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I still don't understand what Peak Time was. I remember we
talked
said
about
something
it
about it last time. Yeah, and I still don't remember. I remember it being something, like the idea of it being something cool. Mm-hmm. But I still don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I remember somebody explained it to us before, and it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
But I forgot. Oh, also, we didn't mention this. 50/50's Cupid enters the top 60 of Billboard Hot 100. So.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if it was you. Somebody was like talking about, like, why is it that this song is like doing better than the other songs, like
the other K-pop songs.
Then like what's that other song?
Ditto.
Yeah, Ditto, and I was gonna say Hype Boy. What's the other one? OMG. There we go. Oh my gosh. And I was like, I like thought about it, and I was like, I wonder if it's just because OMG only had a specific
trend that it was associated with.
Yeah, and then there's this song where it's like, I feel like people just like the song, so they just put it in the background of stuff that they're randomly doing. So then it's just like getting more traction than OMG, which was like, this is specifically for this trend where you just kind of like make
the edit
cheesy.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's interesting seeing that like people are genuinely liking this song and like just adding it to their playlists or just making videos and putting in the background. So it's like good for them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this was also associated with a trend, like the I'm feeling lonely part. People would do that like picture slideshow thing, but I guess it's like, yeah, I guess you're right. People are just kind of liking it. But it's so weird because I wonder if this is like, it's really interesting because a lot of people are like, this is a good song for them, but anyone thinks that they're about to like blow up and be an X top group has another thing coming, because it's literally just like people like the song but don't care about them as a group or whatever. And I think that's such an interesting thing, because you would think you would want people to just know you for your music, but I feel like these days that's not enough. And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, they can end up like a, I don't know, EXID or something like that, but they could also end up like a Crayon Pop, where it's like, we just like that one song, whatever, and it's really like up to their company, I guess, going forward, what they do to be able to push them to get like additional hits. But it is a very peculiar situation when it's like particularly a song of yours that's getting popular.
I'm wondering, like, I was thinking about this when another one of their songs came up on my Spotify. I can't remember what it was, but I remember I liked it before, but it's only in Korean, and I was like, I feel like it might have been Hi or Tell Me.
The
One of their songs, and I was
no, the sound that kind of sounds like what you say, the loving me, loving me.
I think, yeah, that sounds like it.
Did it also have a music video?
I believe so. I just can't. It was on Spotify, so I don't remember like if it actually had a music. But I remember liking the song previously, and I was like, this song would do well if they like sang it in English. Like, I think. And I'm wondering, like, since, what's it called, Cupid got popular because it's in English, I'm wondering if they would do the same thing in the future to see if that would keep people interested by, like, just having, like, a secret English version so that they don't alienate, the people that are just, like, I guess, interested in just hearing English songs.
That's interesting. I mean, yeah, because I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to just whip out an English version. And like, yeah, that would be a good idea, just to try and see it if they want.
Or just recording like older songs, like what I was thinking with the like Love Me or something, just to see like maybe people would be interested in that, like it will respark some interest in older songs that they already have, even though they're not that old of a group, so it's not like
literally months. That's true. Jumping into chat, Andre says peak time is to me is what the unit was trying to do, but didn't when it comes to revitalizing senior idol groups. I didn't even know it was like senior idol groups early. It was like idols that already debuted. I gotta check it out, because I do remember it being a pretty interesting plot and having a pretty interesting group of judges. Leanne says, this is K-drama news, not K-pop, but Taxi Driver 2 ended on high ratings, breaking its own record and the record for any K-drama in 2023 so far.
I have this show on my list, and every time I see it, I think of Leanne, because I'm like, I should watch this before I come to this next thing, before she brings it up again and says, you should watch it. But it's still on my list.
I was gonna say, it's definitely enough on my list. And also, I found out that it's like free on YouTube. Like Kawaka or whatever, that site has like at least like, I think I saw at least 2 episodes of season 1. Season 2, I think it's on Viki or maybe Netflix, I forget. But season 1, you can watch it on YouTube. Viki. So yeah, I have to check it out. Speaking of, before we wrap it up, let's talk about what we're watching. Let's do a mini anime club / K-drama club / whatever you're watching club.
I was gonna say, because what if I'm not watching a K-drama?
How dare you? You either can watch anime or K-dramas, nothing else.
And I haven't watched an anime since 1999.
All right, so let me just mute her, y'all. I'm so sorry. What are you watching, Jazz? Cocoa. Oh,
what am I watching? Yellow Jackets?
Ah.
Season 2, I guess. There's also, I was watching this random show on Amazon. I don't remember what it was called.
It was called Loving You.
Love Me Like This. It's called Tell Me Your Secrets. It's not that great of a show. It's all right. Something I had on in the middle.
That sounded so engaging. Tell me your secrets.
I mean, it's pretty interesting so far. I mean, I haven't finished it, so it might be like the ending might be like ooh, but it's like a mystery.
Ooh, I do like a mystery, even if it's a bad one. I'll check it out. Tell me, so wanna naughty boy. Well, that's Tell Me Your Wish, but still. Oh, okay.
I'm also starting the show called From.
What platform is it on?
It's not on anything.
Oh, it's not. It's a fake.
I think you can watch it on Prime Video, but you
Ooh.
have to. I think you can watch it on multiple things. It's just you have to buy it. Sadly.
Oh, like even if you already have the subscription.
Yeah, like it's like a weird
Whack.
channel. I think it's like MGM or something. It's like a channel that I just don't think is. Oh, it's like Epics. There you go.
Oh yeah.
So it's like they don't have a streaming service really associated to them. So.
Boo. But I really hate them. But I mean, if it's decent, if you watch it and it's decent, then I might give it a try.
I just watched the first episode. So.
Was it good?
That's all right so far. It's like it seems like sci-fi.
Oh, I hate
supernatural.
sci-fi.
That's what it is.
Like supernatural, like Dean and Chris Kirkpatrick.
No, like, I mean, it's got like supernatural things.
Ooh, I can check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Leanne says, but season 1 is on Netflix and season 2 is on Viu, Viki, Cocoa. But if you're like me, you can also use resources to watch.
Yes, resources.
I love how it's resources. Andre says, just watching Pretty Cure, My Hero's dub in Japanese Power Rangers. Is My Hero still... Did the most recent season wrap up yet? That thing comes back so quickly. I've been trying to catch up for 44 years. But they won't.
Pretty Cure. Whoa, wait. Sorry, that just... I just saw the picture of that. I forgot this was a thing.
Oh, you used to watch it? Or do you watch it?
I did watch it, I think, when I was younger.
Yeah, is it a did they bring it back, right, Andre? Like it's a reboot? Revamp?
2004. Ugh. Take me back.
Take me back. So the girl has been watching. I've been watching Vinland Saga. We don't care. It's not that good. I'm just kidding.
Really? My coworker who I was like very confused. He was like, yeah, I've been watching this animation. And I was like, what is it? And he was like, it's called Vinland Saga. And I was like, you? No offense to him. I was just like, he was like, yeah, I don't usually watch animations and whatnot. Because he's like an older guy. And he's just like, yeah, it's bloody. And like, it's like Vikings. And I was like, okay. I mean, do you?
I mean,
it just seems so awkward because like we were talking about, what's that show? Severance on Apple TV. Like that was a show that we would talk about.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that show.
You should watch that. That's a good show. It's like sci-fi. Like the idea is sci-fi. It's like when you're like this guy, when he goes to work, when he goes on the elevator, he becomes like a different, like he forgets everything about the outside world, and it's just him working with other people. And like every time they go in, they're just like their work selves, and when they leave, they're back to being their regular selves. So they call them like their innies and their outies.
Oh, that's cute.
So like it's just about that, and like what they're trying to like figure out what the company is actually doing. It's like it's pretty interesting. It's got Adam Scott. I don't know if you know him.
From Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the main guy. They have Christopher Walken randomly, but he's like one of the guys that works there. Yeah, it's a pretty good show. But like I would talk about that with my coworker, and then he was just like, "Yeah, I'm talking about this random cartoon on Netflix." I was like, "Okay."
It's very violent too. On top of that, so that's interesting.
I think he said he was going to the gym and he would watch it. I was like, "Okay, you walking and just watching?"
I mean, I guess. Like I don't know. It's really weird. I liked it because I just think I think it's an interesting time period to do an anime on.
Vikings.
Yeah.
I like the show Vikings, so I feel like I would like that show.
It's interesting. I think if you're into any type of fighting thing, you'll like it because it's a lot of fighting and a lot of violence, but it also is just kind of like interesting like relationships, I guess. No romantic ones, which I actually am very appreciative of because I'm like, I don't think a romantic thing needs to
be in everything.
Yeah. But yeah.
I realized that about K-dramas.
Yeah, it's so annoying when they try to shoot. Yeah. It's like,
I think that's why I stopped. I was trying to find like a show to watch, but I was like, y'all are gonna show some type of romance that I just do not need right now.
It's so, oh God, so many, no offense, the girls are gonna hate me, but in the glory, I thought that. I mean, yes, he was very useful to her.
Him.
I didn't hate him. I just feel like I didn't care to see them. Which it didn't take the forefront, which I appreciate or whatever. And even though I thought that the main character girl and the husband of the mean bully would have been perfect for each other, I don't think it should have been culminated. It would have been weird to culminate to that because there's so many different things going on there. But I hate when it's just like, we have to have a romance. In Reborn Rich, I thought the romance was forced. In Kyung Soo's drama, I thought the romance was forced. Now, if I was the main character girl, it would have been not forced. It would have been natural. But that wasn't the case.
It's okay.
But yeah. Other than that, I watched yesterday. I watched an anime movie called Susume. It recently came to theaters. It's basically a very cute, just makes you want to cry romance / coming of age type thing. But I definitely recommend it. On top of that, another movie, duology is what the girls are calling it, has been piquing my interest. Basically, it's based off, so these two anime movies that are based off two different light novels, and one's called
is it the one that's light, one's pink and one's blue? Which way you
yeah,
I was gonna send that in the chat to see maybe we should watch it. But did you already watch it?
No, but I'm probably gonna watch it soon. So
no, we should pick a way to watch it and then
compare notes. I was if we bring back Anime Club, that would be so perfect. Half of the group watches it one way, the other half watches it other way, and then we compare notes. Why? I don't know. Some people saying it was a bit overrated, but I don't know. I want to see it because I think romance.
It's probably the concept makes it better.
Yeah, but I thought that was really, really cool. And then also Oshi no Ko, that anime, I guess it premiered on April 12th. So I had been talking about this because I watched it when it was a manga, and basically it was this crazy ass manga about this freaky ass doctor who was a big fan of this idol girl. And so what happened is that this idol girl got pregnant and she had to keep it on the low. And he was actually her pregnancy doctor. I'm sure there's an actual term for that. And so what happens is that oh my God, I don't even know what the hell. Somehow, while he's being her pregnancy doctor, he gets killed. But instead of dying, he gets reincarnated as the child that she was pregnant with. And it was it ends up being twins. So he gets reincarnated as one of the children. And then some other person gets incarnated as his twin. And so, oh my God, how much can I spoil? I mean, I think this is not that much, but because it's very early on. But basically what happens is that he gets reincarnated as this idol that he stanned and was also the freaking midwife for. I don't know. He gets reincarnated as a child. And then so he's grown up as her, it shows him growing up as her son, but then something tragic happens where something happens to the mom. And so he then makes it his life mission to find out why this person did this to his mother and find this. And also it's a mystery as to who the father of this girl's children are. And it's kind of him growing up, because then he also becomes an actor because he figures whoever this is must be in the entertainment business. So it's a mixture of him trying to find out what happened to his mom, why, and who his father is, because he feels that might lead him to knowing what happened to his mom. But then also him trying to navigate becoming a famous actor / artist / entertainer within the entertainment industry. It was very interesting. But they made a anime, and apparently already premiered. I don't know.
The style of art doesn't match what you're.
Yeah, I know, right? Everyone looks so cute and shiny. Yeah.
What the heck?
But I stopped watching it a while ago, so it's probably really far in the manga. So I think I just ew, it's on High Dive, y'all. I can't have every streaming service in the world. What's up? Anyway, yeah. But I think we can wrap it up here. Sorry, guys, that was abrupt, but I gotta wrap it up. Jazz, is there anything you want to tell the people before we go?
No.
Okay. She said y'all are on your own. All right, guys. Well, you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the heck out of here. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us on the Sleepy Idol. I adore your faces, and I'll see you tomorrow. FXC Phil or Phil DeFranco?
Oh, I was like tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, I was gonna say not tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Next time on The Sleepy Idol. See you next time. Bye. Zuto. I don't know why I say that. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go.
You are my destiny. What I like is that you put the thing. All right, lawsuit.